Welcome to Career Conversations, where we dive into the real stories behind the careers shaping the gambling industry. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your next big step, this is the place to learn, grow, and get inspired. Let's get into it. Today I'm joined by Andrei Buta, co-founder of SkyControl and founder of Fan Studio, who spent over 15 years crafting games that people love to play. He's now making waves in the gambling space by reimagining what crash games can be. Let's dive in. Welcome, Andrei.
Thank you, Crystal.
You're welcome. Can you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yes, of course. So I'm Andrei. I'm the co-founder of Sky and founder of Fan Studio, a small game development studio with over 15 plus years of experience. My background is in mobile and console gaming, where we've created a range of titles for the past years. But my passion has always been about crafting immersive and engaging experiences. And now we're channeling that energy into reshaping the iGaming industry.
Yes, I can see. So you've got 15 years, right,
Yes.
working in game development. And what made you transition into the gambling industry?
Well, it's a quite interesting journey because 5 years ago, we got contracted by a client to build from scratch a casino platform with over 40 titles. And for that, in 2020, I went to ICE London. I attended there. And it was very weird because I saw a huge gap in innovation, especially in player engagement. That's when I first saw the Aviator, and it really caught my eye at that point. So at that point, it sparkled the idea, what if crash games were competitive and social, not just passive? And I stayed with that idea since then. We, of course, developed that platform for the client. We finished, we delivered. Last year, we decided to switch to iGaming. And that's when SkyControl was born.
Okay, so you saw the gap in the market and you went for it. Can you take us through your unique crash games and the options that you have available? I saw you have PvP, tournaments coming soon.
Exactly. We actually started with Sky Ace, which was the first offline crash game available to markets that don't have a strong internet connection. And while developing that, we decided that we want to have a crash game, an online crash game as well. So we started to develop this. And that's how we came with the idea of the PvP multiplayer mode. So we have the classic mode that everybody else has it. And then we have the PvP mode where you have 1 versus 1 challenges. Friends, you can actually create rooms with up to 25 friends. You can play in a private room, similar to poker. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then you have the public pool betting rooms, where at the moment we can play with up to 100 players, and we will soon be releasing that to be able to play with 250 players in one round. Yeah.
Can you just give us an idea about how games are created? What's the process behind it? How many people would you need to build like the crash game like yours? Is it like a really big team, a small team?
Even at Fan Studio, we like to keep things simple and at a small scale because it's easier to shift around when needed and to iterate faster compared to larger teams. So for SkyControl, we had about 7-8 people working involved, from backend developers, DevOps, front-end developers, UI, UX artists, and testers. So at the moment, we're a small team, but currently we're scaling because we have many integrations coming on. But to answer your question regarding the process, it's all about, wanting to create something. And when you dive into some problems, you identify the problems, some niches, and that's how you came up with some good ideas, because we started with the idea of developing a standard crash game, and that's it, And while working on it, we say, wait, but it would be nice to challenge your friends, to play against them, to bet and to take their bets, That's what makes it interesting. That's exactly what we wanted to do here, to bring poker to crash games. we can compare it to poker. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. So let's go on to tools of the trades. Can
Okay.
you tell me your top 3 essential tools?
Yeah, it's Unity. We've been developing games in Unity for the past 10 plus years. Then it's Figma because I'm actually a designer myself. So I like to get involved into UI and UX and prototyping. And then it's Trello for keeping things organized.
I love Trello.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Do you have any advice for newcomers, specifically for people who want to create games? Like they could be game developers or graphic designers who are new to the gambling industry. What advice would you give them to accelerate their learning curve?
Play games from the classic PC games to social mobile titles. That's how we came up with SkyControl mechanics. Experiencing games from the user side helps you understand flow, tension, and what makes gameplay sticky.
Excellent. Okay, let's move on to team building and recruitment. When building your team, would you consider candidates who don't have specific industry experience in gambling? I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But in fact, some of our best hires came from outside the iGaming industry. My personal opinion is that what matters most is curiosity, creativity, and the hunger to learn. So we can teach the industry-specific stuff, but the mindset is harder to train, you know?
Very true. So can I ask what industry they came from?
From psychology, mathematics.
Okay. So let's say that you need to hire some more people, okay, for your team.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to have lots of CVs on your desk. When you're going through the CVs, what are you looking for? What would catch your eye? Let's say for a game developer role.
That's definitely prototypes, personal projects, and probably shipped games, because that's where we're looking for experience. But for other roles, we don't need that experience, so we can use people from other industries as well. Yeah, shipped games. I mean, involved working with a team that released games.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Money.
Okay.
Okay. So let's move on to remote work. Does your team work remotely?
Not really.
So you work from an office?
Yeah, we do. While remote can be efficient for certain tasks, I strongly support physical collaboration, especially in game development. You know, that creative synergy, quick iteration, and spontaneous ideas thrive in face-to-face environments. So just like SkyControl emphasizes on social interaction, I believe real human connection drives stronger teams.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to influencer marketing and streamers. So do you currently work with streamers or influencers?
At the moment, no, but we plan to. We had a couple of tests, but we were waiting for the rest of the integrations to go live, and then we'll team up with some influencers. Yeah, we already have a list in mind.
Okay. So, and when you're looking to choose influencers or streamers to represent your brand or products, like what are you looking for?
Actually, for charisma, to be as charismatic as possible, and to see how they engage with the audience. What matters most. Yeah, especially for the pool betting mode, which is perfect for influencers, you know, because they can have the viewers joining in real time. So this kind of social gameplay is a massive opportunity for them as well. At the moment, they only stream and people are watching, but now they will be able to join and play together. So it's a next level of interaction between streamers and players.
To be able to play against each other as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay. What about markets? Can you talk about what markets you're planning to go into?
We're currently live in Kenya. We will soon be going to rest of Africa, especially South Africa. We'll be announcing soon an exclusive deal with a big name from that market. Then we'll be live soon in Asia, India, and then in Latin America.
Yeah, you have a lot of...
Yeah, this will probably this will happen in the next 3 to 4 months.
Okay, that's quick.
Yeah.
That we're going to say in the next year, but
No. We need to move fast.
what are your upcoming plans for SkyControl in the next 1 to 2 years?
Well, except for the thing that we want to expand globally and close different strategic partnerships with aggregators. We also plan to introduce new gameplay modes. Right now, we're working on a tournament mode, which will be released next month. We would like to host esports style tournaments. That's on our list. Yeah. And we also like to focus on the land-based casinos as well, and to release the SkyControl version to land-based casinos.
Okay, I'm trying to imagine what it would look like in a land-based.
Well, that's quite easy. I mean, imagine a leaderboard, a circular display with a leaderboard showing the players, and you have like 6-8 machines. Each player goes to a machine and they actually bet against each other. So
Okay.
they'll have both social interaction in the casino and in the game.
Wow. Okay.
Exactly like in poker tournaments.
Let's move on to emerging trends. Can you mention 1 to 3 emerging trends that currently affect or will affect game creation in the gambling industry?
Yeah, I think the first one is skill-based gambling games, which is actually happening now with the Crash games. And now with SkyControl, we're bringing that to the next level. Social-first features like the real-time PvP modes we have in SkyControl. And I think what's one of the biggest emerging trends that we will see in the upcoming years, it's the streamer integrated gameplay, where they will be able to engage better with their audience.
Okay.
I mean, we've seen that the market is hungry for innovation, and now the tools are finally catching up and allow us to do and to implement new mechanics.
Exactly. Okay. Closing insights. What's one key insight that you've learned over the last 15 years that you'd wish you would have known from the start?
That's a hard one. I think, especially in game development, is that you need to engage with your users early, iterate with their feedback, and never stop refining the experience. That's how you develop games that stick with the audience and increases the retention. Because especially in the iGaming industry, that's what all the operators are chasing.
Excellent. We've reached the end of our questions. It was really nice getting to know your story. So thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Thanks for having me, and hope to speak to you soon.
For sure. Bye. Thanks for tuning into Career Conversations. If you found this useful, hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. And head over to GamblingIndustryJobs.com to discover new opportunities, post a free job, or explore more career resources. You'll find some helpful links in the description below. See you next time.